Hello Leo, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, this is Blazer the Morkie, and we are here with your reading for the next 10 days. Today we'll be taking a look at your overall energy, and then we're going to go into your specific energies, the energies of the person connected to you, and then how those energies mingle and dance in the middle. We'll close it off with an oracle card for the Leo collective. Keeping in mind, as always, these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. I recommend checking out your sun, moon, rising, and north node videos for additional context and texture. And also, if you'd like a more personalized experience, be sure to check out the description below, where I have all the links for personal readings, donations, connecting on social media, and all sorts of fun things. Be sure you are following me at Creators on the Crest on Instagram or Facebook. That is where I list my holiday specials and other flash sales. And then if you are a woman and you are watching this before December 30th, I am running a webinar called Hack the Lack. This is also being shown and promoted on Instagram and Facebook, and we're going to have a great time. We're going to embody the archetype of the Empress from the Tarot. We're going to release some limiting beliefs, and we're going to do a special closure process. It's going to be a really nice way to end the year. I actually fell ill and was going to do it around the full moon, but it just so happened, and you may hear it in my voice still today, that I got laid out, and luckily the ladies that had already registered were super duper understanding about everything. And so on the 30th, we're going to make it a night to remember, and I hope you can join us. Leo, let's get into your reading. Your overall energy is the rose thread, and it says inner call, being soul-led, the mystic, and living courageously. The rose thread. It's really interesting that you got this card. I just listened to a story, and it's a story from Native American elders, and it had to do with a woman who was weaving. And she was weaving this beautiful tapestry and was getting near the end, and she was using porcupine needles, and it was just, and she would get them flat so that they could be woven in so that she wouldn't get punctured. And she spent all of this time, and then when she left the room to go check on something else that was her responsibility, her dog found a thread of the weave that she had created of this beautiful tapestry and started pulling on it, and the dog representing chaos. So I thought that was a really interesting story. I'll have to figure out what it is actually called and possibly link it, because it was a really cool traditional story to help us understand how to navigate chaos. So you got the rose thread, which I think is really, really interesting. And with it coming up as living courageously, feeling really called to something, having that inner call, I feel that you are hearing something through the chaos, Leo. On your side, you get the Four of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. Ooh, okay, so there is definitely something that has taken place for you that has put you in this position of, it kind of feels like, and might come off as like, oh, I'm on my heels, I'm falling behind, I can't keep up. But that's honestly not what I think is coming through. It may feel that way at times based on the pressures of the world and the brainwashing and mind control around deadlines and everything like that. This is a time for you to be resting. This is a time for you to be nurturing yourself as a mother would nurture a baby. This is a time for you to be exploring new perspectives. So if you are in this position, there's something deep within you that wants to be connected with. And so you're having this time of going inward and reflection, okay? So this is important. Allow it to happen. Give it time. Make sure that you're taking the opportunity to really be embodied and feel energy moving through your body. For the person connected to you, they get the Magician, the Ace of Swords, and the Sun. The Magician, the Ace of Swords, and the Sun. So here you are, you have someone connected to you that's in a completely different energy than you, okay? Or this could be the energy that is pulling at you. If this does not represent a person for you, this could be the energy that is pulling out you, a new beginning, a new way of thinking of things, something that represents growth, something that represents your manifestations coming to fruition. But here I see you in this rest period, which is very much needed for these things to come in. Now, some of you also, you could be working with a mentor, working with a coach, or somebody that you see in this energy, or there's just someone in your life that lights you up and inspires you, and that's fine. They just appear to be in a different energy than you right now, and there's nothing wrong with that, and we're not going to judge that. In the middle of these energies, you get the Two of Pentacles and the Emperor. Really interesting. I really feel like the two energies that you're dealing with are pulling you into a place of more long-term structure, okay? And it's really a beautiful energy. You're just kind of sensing this as a fork in the road. If this is a relationship, you could feel like you've reached a fork in the road with this person. Am I going to continue with them? So let's see how these energies are going to move, because I think you have some questions about this, and we'll see if we can get to the bottom of some of this for the energies here. Let's look at this Four of Swords for you. Healing, rest, reflection, the Queen of Cups, the Two of Swords. Yeah, it's this time of finding some sort of inner peace where you can be in your heart and also at the same time be very analytical and logical. So you're thinking things through, you're considering your moves. Some of you may be goal setting, but all the while you're meant to be doing this from a place of self-love and self-care. And now the energy is starting to move. Whew, I'm gonna get a sip of my shake here. Yeah, honestly, it looks like a great time where your mind can be in a really nice balance. This Two of Swords, I have to show you, I love the depiction of the Two of Swords in this. It's two intellectuals, two strategists coming together. And I think that you could be actually working on balancing the right and left hemispheres of your brain here with this rest time, with this healing. And I've got this little feather flying around, so if it comes up on the camera, you'll know what I'm talking about. You know, it's one of those things like, you gotta blow that way, thank you, and blow the other way. Don't go up my nose. I don't need any of that right now. Let's look at this Queen of Pentacles for you, the Nine of Cups and the Two of Cups. Some of you may be nurturing yourself after a breakup or a change in partnership, or you are really working on becoming the energies within yourself that will attract in the partner that you desire if you're single here. I do see single energies here. So for some of you, you're feeling very good about what you're building for yourself. You feel good about your connection to your heart, which is very nice with all the internal focus. I see partnership being very important to you here, but not at the risk of your own self-care and your own well-being, okay? So that is coming up there. So for wherever you're at with relationships, and some of you could be making a decision about that, you are figuring out and committing to yourself in a way of, I have to be able to have the space to nurture myself in the healthiest of ways, and whoever I'm with has to be able to understand that about me. For the Hanged Man, you get the King of Pentacles. So now you have the King and Queen of Pentacles for yourself, which is beautiful, and the Ace of Wands. All of this is lining you up for putting your best foot forward. You're going to pull on that rose thread that you feel most drawn to, and you're going to take the wand and you're going to do something with this. Give it time. The Pentacles, the suit of Pentacles moves a little bit slower than the other suits. We want the energy here for you to be extremely grounded, Leo. That's important for you. But I really like your energy. I don't sense an overwhelming push by your own fire, okay? It's coming. You know it's coming. You know you will grasp the wand when it's time, but for now, this is a reflective period, and you are reconciling different aspects of yourself. The hemispheres of your brain are coming into balance. I would even say for you right now, a good holiday activity would be like a puzzle or kind of those mind teaser kind of games. That would be fun. You can involve kids. You can have a lot of fun with stuff like that. Let's look at this other energy, okay? Now, whether this is an energy just kind of out there in the cosmos, so to speak, calling to you, or this is represented in a person, they get the Two of Wands and the Eight of Swords for the Magician. This person or this energy doesn't necessarily trust their own decision-making capabilities. In the past, I think they may have made, and this could be another aspect of you that you're working on healing. They may have made some sort of decision that led them to really being stuck between a rock and a hard place and really stressed out about it. So they manifested something that they thought they wanted, but as it turns out, it's not really what they wanted, and it did not bring them the joy, the peace, and the outcome they were hoping for. Okay, so let's look at this Ace of Swords, because this is about clarity and communication, progress, the Three of Wands, and the Judgment card. Okay, so in this energy, I sense a person who really has to wrap their mind around what they did wrong. It's important for them to figure out where they misstepped prior that caused them to feel closed in on. And they're in the process of forgiving themselves. They're in the process of potentially forgiving others who were connected to the situation. This is an important part of their process. And again, even though we have the Wands energy and we have progression, to me, it still feels very paced, very slow. So if this is another person in your life, they're kind of dealing with a little bit different specifics, but both of you are kind of in this place. Yours is more balanced and grounded. Theirs is a little more like coming off the heels of being stressed. Let's look at this Sun card for them, though. The Strength card and the Death card, the Leo energy and the Scorpio energy. So we have fire and water. We have the Sun. Now my nose is starting to run. Hey, no thank you. These are really big major arcana cards. Oh, Blaze, thank you for notifying me. I'm trying to train him a little bit not to over respond or react to outside stimuli, because he tends to go on little barking sprees and get really like anxiety ridden. And I'm especially teaching him to calm down because I have yoga videos that I watch on YouTube when I do home yoga, and she has a dog, and he has to go and bark at that dog every time. I'm like, I am trying to do yoga. You're not to be reacting that way while it's a calm time. So anyway, these are major energies for this person, and it's calling on them to have to be super strong and super resilient and to let go. There's a lot of letting go happening for this person here. Really interesting. I really wonder how the two of you are connected here. I don't know if this person's energy that I'm picking up is necessarily your romantic person. Could be an adult child, a teenager, something like that, a family member, or just a good friend. I don't think I necessarily get romance. let's look at these connecting energies between the two of you. So kind of a fork in the road. Remember I talked about possibly in the relationship or in your connection with these energies. You bring in the energy of the Four of Wands. They bring in the energy of the Fool. So that to me does say, for some of you, this is maybe one of your children that you're that's coming up in your energy here. And maybe the relationship itself is at a bit of a crossroads. Maybe there's some maturing or some rites of passage going on for your child. Because you're showing me you bring in stability. So as the parent, as the steward of this beautiful soul, they bring in the youthful, innocent, let's go forward and fall and get up and fall again and get up again. We'll make mistakes as we go, but we'll do it from a place where we feel just right, like just it's who I am, you know. I really like their energy now that I'm tuned into those of you who this is your child. They're a very bright personality. They could be a Leo or a fire energy like you, possibly, or possibly a Scorpio here. Let's look at this Emperor in the relationship between the two of you. So structure and stability are here, so that's in place. For the Emperor, you bring in the Hanged Man, and they bring in the King of Cups. But the energies are kind of turned away. That's why I'm wondering if for some of you this isn't a child with a rite of passage, you know. I think you're going through a rite of passage. They're going through a rite of passage. It's different phases of life, different energies involved. They're definitely in the I'm learning, I fall down, I pick myself up, and maybe you're encouraging them to that. And, you know, that's not easy for a parent because it's hard to watch your kids make mistakes, to fall, to make poor decisions, or if they're making a decision that you once made, it can be a little triggering, right? So there's definitely some important reflections going on here. But this person, they have a big open heart, you know, innocent, maybe a little naive at times, but the both of you, there's rites of passage going on here. And I think if you've been feeling guilty or having any kind of guilt about focusing on yourself and what you need to do, don't, because in the reflections and in the subtle energies, as you are showing the importance of when you feel called to go inside, how important and how healing that can be, and how that can help you step out and embrace your courage after you've had time. Woo, yes, the energies I think are now feeling a bit more settled there. So do not worry about feeling guilty. These are just rites of passage being reflected to each other. Leo, let's get you a card to close off your reading today from the Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. Leo, you got the number 16, Inner Desires. Set some intentions. You are entering a phase of plenty or may have a sudden windfall. Goals are within your grasp. And with this rose thread and living courageously, Leo, I think that's the journey of the Leo, is to find their courage and to set their big, open, beautiful, bold heart in the direction of their dreams and their inner desires. There's a lot of inner work going on here, as we saw in your reading. There's a lot of reflections, and you may actually be going through a rite of passage. When we go through rites of passage, there are different phases. Sometimes the road is bumpy. Sometimes it's more contemplative and calm. You're in the contemplative and calm. The person you're dealing with is kind of in bumpy zone, but also a younger energy who's learning from you. So these reflections between the two of you are important, and I really love the message that something could be coming through for you very soon. How encouraging. Leo, thank you so much for joining this reading today. It was my pleasure to do it, as always, and I look forward to seeing you next time.